guys, Eric from Goobsi here. We're in our lab today focusing on making bar soap. I'm super excited that you're here with us and I can't wait to walk you through this process. Alright guys, so we're moving on to establishing what ingredients we're going to be using today. Today we're making a batch of soap that has fewer ingredients than we normally do, but it's going to be a super gentle, really fortifying, full of nutrient-dense ingredients. So today we're going to use coconut oil, olive oil, palm oil, carrot seed oil, cocoa butter. And the aromatic we're going to use is a blend called Perky. Some of you may know it. It's featured in our Aura product family. So Perky is incredible. It has geranium, peppermint, rosemary. It's full of vibrant, high-smelling notes that are just invigorating. I'm getting goosebumps now. It's just such an amazing experience to be using it. And so we're really excited to be making it for the first time in our soap, and I think you're going to love it. So after we understand what it is that we're making, it's important to have a plan and a recipe that's been balanced. So you are guaranteeing that after the soap cures, that the pH is going to be perfect. So that's really important to making sure that your skin doesn't feel too dry or is cracking. Sometimes you have that feeling with soap, and that's just poorly made soap, and we don't want any of that with Goobsi products. So we have all of our ingredients laid out behind me. We're going to be using a rather large, this is an 8 cup or 2 quart glass pitcher. It's really strong. We have a scale, which is really important because making soap is extremely precise. Something that you always really want to have is a scale, because it's really the only way to guarantee that you're using the exact amount of each ingredient that you're going to need. We also have a really large 16 quart pot. You're going to see that we're going to be putting all the fat into this pot and then heating it up incredibly slowly before we mix into our water and lye solution. Great, now that we're finished pouring all of our fats into this amazing 16 quart pot, we're going to heat them up really slowly to the optimal temperature of about 90 degrees. Alright, so now while the fats are heating up slowly and calmly, we're going to prepare our water and lye solution. So basically we have an appropriate amount of water for the appropriate amount of lye, basic ratio. So we have our scale, we have a bowl to measure the lye in. Now lye will burn you, so I have these chemical gloves to make sure that I am protected should lye get in contact with my skin. It's always extremely important to be very safe when you work, as this can be somewhat dangerous. So we're going to turn on our scale. We have our lye here. I'm going to tear it out. We have an exact amount of lye that we need. Okay, almost there. Again, it's really important that you are extremely precise when you do this, and also that you're away from any obstacle that could create a problem for you. So we have our lye, we have our water in this pot. This is again another heavy stainless steel pot, and we're now going to pour our lye into the water. We have a slated spoon to stir it up as well, to make sure that all the little kernels of lime here, these pieces of lye, get properly diluted into the water. Now it's important to have a receptacle that is just for lye, and then what happens is that there's this crust, this lye crust that happens up, so it's important just to break it up. And this lye is going to get extremely hot. So we're going to stir it up nicely, and then we're going to just wait until it cools to around the same temperature as all of our fats. It's important that both the fat and the lye solution are around the same temperature. And I like to mix the two together at around in between 90 and about 100 degrees, really. You can go all the way up to 110 degrees, between 90 and 110. And it's not absolutely imperative that the lye and the fats are exactly at the same temperature, but I like to do it that way. Great, so we're just going to let that chill out for a bit and come down to temperature. And I'll check back in with you guys after the lye is cooled down and we have our fats and we're ready to mix. Alright, we're back. We have our fat and water and lye solution around the same temperature of about 95 degrees. What we're going to do next is we're going to strain out the little tiny pieces of lye that didn't quite dissolve into the fat. Then we're going to use our stand mixer or our stick blender to mix the fat and water and lye solution. After that, we have our perky blend of essential oils that we're going to add in. It's extremely important not to burn or to mix in the essential oil blend at a temperature that will basically break down the aromatic qualities of them. You want your soap, you want your aromatics to be full of life and super potent, because that's part of why people love our products so much, is that they really are intoxicated with the smells. It's just incredible. And obviously we have virgin products for those that are not so interested in that, but why not get started? Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're now going to take the lye solution, very carefully strain it, being very careful. Okay, now we have our lye mixture set aside. We're going to take our blender here. This is one of the fun parts, I have to say. Okay. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to move the camera. We just have a minute or two here, and so you can get a great idea of what it looks like visually. Great, so we're here now. We're going to start mixing. You can see that the oils and the fats are now beautiful color. That comes from the carrot seed extract. And we're looking for a light trace. Now what we're going to do is we're going to introduce the essential oils, being very careful not to spill. And then we're going to blend that a little bit as well. Ooh, wow, it just smells absolutely incredible. I love this blend. It's so invigorating. It's absolutely delicious. All All right, so we have that. That's looking really nice. We have a light trace, if you can see that, it's just following. And we're gonna get ready to pour. All right, I have another second. I'm gonna move the camera. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to transfer the soap to this awesome vessel, and then we're gonna put them in our molds. How's this looking? Just a little bit more. All right. It's really convenient to have a spatula just to get all the little excess off. And so what I do is I fill up the vessel to about 8 cups. And that way I know that when I'm pouring into the molds are the same sizes. So we're going to get pretty much the same size bars when we cut them. And these are going to cure overnight. And you're going to see tomorrow how we unmold them. And we're going to cut them into individual size bars. From there, those bars are going to cure for about 5 weeks or so. And we're going to test again for the pH to make sure that everything is perfect. Alright, this looks super tasty. And it smells absolutely incredible. Okay. The last. All right. So what we have is we always have a little bit extra, and we use such great ingredients, so we don't want to waste anything. Woo! Smelling those essential oils is intoxicating. It's really wonderful. I just love how vibrant the smells are. Okay, set that aside. We're going to grab another little mold here. This is actually a silicone mold of eggs, Easter eggs, I guess. Anyways, I like to use these for just the extra in the batch that we have, and we make these fun little egg soaps. So we're going to go just super basic today. We're not going to add any ingredient inside. We're not going to add any toppings to it. We've had some requests to just make it a really simple, really aromatic, beautiful bar of soap, and that's what we're doing today. It's just going to be really clean when we cut it, and it's just going to be really beautiful. So I'm really excited. So now we have these molds. The soap is resting in there, and what we're going to do is we're going to put these covers on them, these clear covers, and we're going to let these guys cure overnight in the molds, and then tomorrow we're going to take them out of the mold and we're going to cut them into individual sized bars. And then we're going to store them in drying racks, in curing racks for about 5 to 6 weeks. So I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys today, making some really awesome, super delicious bars of soap. And tomorrow we're gonna pick this up right where we left off. Hey guys, so the soap has been curing overnight and we're about to take it out of the molds, cut them up into bars and set them on drying racks. They'll be there for about 5 to 6 weeks. Thank you so much for being here with us during our soap making process. We really hope you enjoyed this video. These bars are going to be available online in about 5 weeks. You can check them out at goobsi.com. If you like this video, please click the links below. We greatly appreciate you guys subscribing and liking. Furthermore, check us out on Instagram. I think you guys will love the feed. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.